Now, your forecast first, sponsored by Ashley Furniture Home Stores of Central Illinois.
Good evening. I'm your local weather authority, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates. The wind has been picking up. Our temperatures have been warming up just a little bit. Now 49 degrees here in Peoria. Wonderful view on the brave Loss Center camera in East Peoria. Skies are overcast. We've got a few light showers now approaching our western counties. Rain will become more widespread, especially after midnight. And the wind, well, that's only going to get stronger as well. Showers, rain, wind all expected tonight. Our temperatures likely reaching the lower 50s by early tomorrow. Many of us may have already set our overnight lows. Now, how are things shaping up for the rest of the week? I'll have that forecast. Let you know how much rain we get tonight coming up. Wyzz News at 9 starts now.
Tonight at 9, Mother Nature sure has been impacting crops. The meeting navigating farmer stress. And a Princeville man guilty of murdering his parents. Hear from the judge in her own words on why she handed down that verdict. And investing in your community, what the Peoria Heights Chamber of Commerce is asking you to do during the holidays.
Really said that this is a non-credible threat, but because of all of the instances of violence that have been taking place all across our country at campuses, we are erring on the side of caution, and we are taking this very seriously.
But first, more police than usual at Bradley University in Peoria tonight. A threatening note found on campus. And thanks for joining us. I'm Eugene Daniel. Treasurer Roberts joins us live. Treasurer, what do you know about this note that was found and how police are handling this?
Eugene, the note threatening violence was found by a faculty member in a restroom inside of Olin Hall. Now, police haven't determined it to be a credible threat. However, they say they are taking this matter very serious. Now, Bradley University and Peoria police are in the building and around the area making sure nothing transpires. I spoke with a spokesperson for the university today. They say the note indicated a time that the threat was supposed to be carried out, but that time has now passed. Students are encouraged to go about their regular routine, but remain vigilant. And police say they will be on campus as long as necessary. In Peoria, Treasurer Roberts, Wyzz News.
All right, Treasurer, thank you. Just into the newsroom, a woman in custody accused of stabbing another woman in Peoria today. It happened near Shelley and Antoinette Streets around 3:30 this afternoon. Peoria police found the victim stabbed in the neck and lip. She was hospitalized for serious injuries, but is expected to recover at this point. No names are being released. Well, another parent is coming forward claiming a Peoria elementary teacher bribed students with treats for foot rubs. The allegations are the same as another mother's just last week. The woman, who only wishes to go by her first name, says her daughter was also asked to rub a teacher's foot over a year ago. Last week, we received text messages between a mother and the accused teacher at Maud Sanders Primary in Peoria. The mother demanding to know if and why her daughter was asked to rub that teacher's foot. The teacher replied saying she didn't mean it seriously and the situation went too far. Well, today, a second mother reached out to our newsroom with her story. Courtney says that she was having a conversation with her husband about our initial report when her daughter mentioned the same thing happened to her in 2018.
No child should be touching a teacher. No teacher should be touching a child in any way, shape, or form. That's not what they go there for. That's crossing the limits.
The Peoria Public Schools District sent us this statement. You can see that on your screen. We're currently investigating the matter and handling it internally. Since it involves personnel, we cannot go into further details. Well, with the ongoing trade war with China, along with Mother Nature's uncertainty, Illinois farmers have been dealt a heavy hand this year, but a summit is hoping to help. The Illinois Farm Economic Summit, held across central Illinois, will take a look at issues that farmers face. That includes the stress of prolonged period of low corn, soybeans, and wheat prices, low yields due to poor planting conditions, and how much government programs should offset financial stress. Well, registration for the summits are being accepted now. The fee, $85 per person. The deadline to register is December 9th. For more details, you can head over to our website, ciproud.com. After months of back and forth, there's a contract finally for the East Peoria Firefighters Union. The East Peoria City Council gave the okay. The city forked over cash to a Chicago law firm to see if Commissioner Dan Decker was in conflict of interest if he voted on the contract, since he's an assistant fire chief. Well, Decker isn't a part of the union, though. The results came back incomplete, saying no precedent had been set.
It's an uncomfortable situation, but willing to vote on it if it was legal. But now that it sounds like, and I appreciate everybody working together to come to an agreement, now that it sounds like there is an agreement without the need for me to step in, I'll certainly step aside and allow the vote to happen, and I'm just going to abstain on this.
Contract passed 4-0. The approval came with Commissioner Mike Sutherland abandoning his once hard position for a residency clause. Due to changes, the contract now seeks final approval come December. Well, in Peoria County, we heard the final statements from both prosecutors and Jose Ramirez's attorney. He was accused of killing his parents. Today, a judge found him guilty, and Matt Sheehan sat through the entire trial and says that Judge Catherine Gorman made her decision with certainty.
First, prosecutors revisited the 911 call Jose made after he had killed his parents, moved them in his dad's Honda CR-V, and dumped Susan and Antonio's bodies in the Spoon River.
Why didn't he go into the bedroom? Because he knew that's where he killed them. Why didn't he call them? Because he knew he had already destroyed their phones.
After hearing both sides, Judge Gorman made a concise decision.
Mr. Ramirez is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Jose Ramirez meeting his verdict after a bench trial lasting less than 3 days. Prosecutors say this finding shouldn't shock anyone, as we saw recorded interviews where Ramirez admitted multiple times to killing his parents.
I stabbed her when I was in the stomach and throat.
I know you guys probably want me to be like sad or I'm sorry, but I'm not.
The defendant wanted his parents dead. He got what he wanted. And it is now time for this defendant to get what he deserves.
Before deciding Jose's fate, Judge Gorman spoke about evidence presented over the last few days, from photos of Ramirez's home and blood samples to what was used to kill Jose's parents.
Mr. Ramirez, with the intent to kill and without lawful justification, struck Susan Brill de Ramirez with a bat and stabbed her with a knife, thereby causing her death.
In Peoria, Matt Sheehan, WYZZ News.
In a separate case in McLean County, Cynthia Baker's trial is over, but the case on what happened to a girl who was killed is not closed. The trial revealed a lot about Rika Roundtree's life at home with her father Richard and his girlfriend Cynthia. Through testimony, we heard a number of old educators and a family member called the Department of Family Services. However, after interviewing Baker and witnessing bruises and scars on Rika, DCFS never took Rika out of the home. Now, one state lawmaker says there are plans to take a closer look at the agency.
Wanting to point specific fingers at individuals, but we need to find where the flaws are in the system. We need to make corrections, and hopefully with the involvement of professionals like the prosecutors and detectives who work the case, they will have suggestions that will be helpful.
There are questions surrounding Rika's father, Richard, during Baker's trial. We saw a video that appeared to show her beating Rika while Richard was nearby. The McLean County Sheriff's Office interrogated him on Monday and say an investigation into this case is still ongoing. Well, shopping locally while contributing to the economy this holiday season, Peoria Heights Chamber of Commerce is challenging you to take the task. This time of year is peak season for businesses and restaurants in your neighborhood. Businesses can see as much as 40% revenue during November and December. Peoria Heights Chamber will have special events during Small Business Saturday, and you might even see Santa while you're visiting different shops.
Shopping experience will be so much fun. We have Christmas carolers on different corners. Santa will be reading books at the local bookstore. Trefsker's Bakery is going to have Santa and Mrs. Claus, and you can have cookies and milk with Santa.
Each event has a special theme, so shoppers will get a unique holiday experience. Well, the drop in temperature means it's vaccination time for a few animals at Wildlife Prairie Park. The park partnered with 4 University of Illinois students from the College of Veterinary Medicine today. They helped tag and gave vaccines and deworming treatments to 25 elk and 35 bison. One student says the experience is a must for anyone interested in keeping animals healthy.
It could be rain or shine, and you're out here and you're constantly moving and constantly doing something and working to prevent these diseases that are uncontrollable in the environment in these animals, and it's really important.
This is the third consecutive year Wildlife Prairie and U of I have come together for this project. Park officials say these vaccines help the animals live longer than they would in the wild. If you want to check out that full story, just head over to our website, ciproud.com, click on the Digital Originals tab. And let's go ahead and check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Shates. Chris, those animals, a lot of them staying outside. I don't think I could do that.
No, they'll be fine. We won't, though. But you know what? Did you see the face on that elk? I think it looks a lot like Delaney when I try to give her a shot. Anyway, high temperatures today in the upper 40s to low 50s, 51 degrees here in Peoria, Galesburg 52, Macomb 53. Nice and warm compared to where we've been, and actually temperatures were above average today. Now things are indeed beginning to change. No, don't worry about the snow. I just had that little thing in there to scare you. But we are talking the chance for some rain showers now moving into our western counties. Skies are overcast. We'll see rain becoming more widespread later on tonight. Look at all this moisture out across central and northern parts of Missouri. That is all heading our direction, and there's a lot more behind it. So here's Feature Track take you through tonight. A few isolated showers possible before midnight, but the brunt of the rain arrives late tonight, early tomorrow. I would plan on a wet commute, especially if you're out before 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then after that, the rain amounts and the rain chances will start to decrease a little bit, but will not completely go away until the afternoon. Bus stop forecast, it's going to be chilly. Temperatures are expected to be in the low 50s with showers and wind. It's going to be chilly because of the wind speed. And after briefly getting close to 60, temperatures are going to start to fall back down. So the bus ride home, not much different. Breezy, but things are looking drier in the afternoon. Now, how much rain, how much wind are we talking in the next 24 hours? I'll have that full forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Eugene?
All right, Chris, coming up, healthy eating choices, the advice a local doctor is giving you to avoid putting on the extra pounds. And a Peoria native, ranked in the top 50 of high school basketball players in the nation, will make his college choice tomorrow. Kurt Pegler has that story later in sports.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9 with Eugene Daniel, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates with your local Weather Authority forecast, and Kurt Pegler with sports. This is WYZZ News at 9.